So the London rental crisis continues into the second quarter of 2023. In the last few weeks alone, the Evening Standard reported that London renting crisis grows with a third of tenants hit by hikes of at least 10%. And City AM adds that Londoners face unprecedented rent increases in 2023 as mortgage rates for landlords skyrocket. And the lack of rental stock in prime London continues to be the real issue here. If we look at the new instructions that came on this year compared to pre-pandemic levels, we can see it's down by 49%. Under offers, also down by around 50%, and new lets 59%. So we can see there's a real problem there, but that's a symptom of the problem, it's not the problem itself. Because there are current issues in the sales market and people are being forced to decide to hold off on buying because there is uncertainty, of course, of the mortgage rate, whether it's going to crash. Which in my professional opinion, there isn't going to be a crash, at least not in prime London, and the data doesn't say that. And if you want to find out more about crashes in London, make sure you watch our video. So with rental stock in short supply in prime London, naturally that's going to put an increase on rental properties. At the moment, if we compare February to last year, it's up by almost 9%. And if we compare that to pre-pandemic levels, it's up by 19% or thereabouts. So in most markets across the UK, affordability pressure should put a cap on those rent levels. However, in prime London, we do depend a lot on the international market and renters. So it's less clear as to what mechanism could reverse this situation in the short term beyond unexpected collapse in the demand of rental properties. So looking at the graph of measures of rental activity in prime London, we can see there was a real plunge in 2020. Of course, this is due to pandemic, and then suddenly there's a real increase in demand. Still low in 2023, however, it still outstrips the current supply. And if you appreciate the time and resources put into these property updates, give us a subscribe. It not only helps you in keeping up to date, but also helps the YouTube algorithm. And if we look at the monthly prime data for February 2023, for annual change achieved rents, we can see it's 8.4% up. Properties let is down by 29%. New instructions down by 4.5%. Now if we compare this to pre-pandemic, 2017 to 2019, achieved rents 19% up, properties let 59% down, and new instructions down by 48%. So to wrap up the London rental market update, I'm going to leave you with the most common question I'm getting from renters at the moment. Danny, I can't find my perfect home in London. Should I wait until summer when there's more stock? Well, the fact that you're asking that, my advice would be, if you can find something now, that would be preferable. Why? In summer, typically in London, it's the most busiest time of the year. Becomes much more competitive. Yes, granted there's more stock, but more competition means rental prices go up. So if you can find something now and compromise, I say compromise, I mean in most cases people looking in London, they may look to tick a few boxes, but not all your boxes. If you can find something now, it would be best. More competition means more price. And the other most common question I get is from buy-to-let investors. Danny, is right now a good time to buy a property investment in London? And the answer is absolutely yes. We're seeing yields now that we haven't seen for quite a few years. Previously, just before the pandemic, it was hard to see yields around about 3.5% in London. Now we're seeing 4.5%, sometimes even just above that. So my answer to that question would be, if you're a cash buyer, absolutely yes. And if you're depending on finance, if you can make the numbers work, absolutely yes. And have the right structure, of course, to be able to keep those taxes to a minimum. I hope that helps. And for me and my team here in Prime London, as ever, reach out to us if there's anything we can help you with, all things property in London.